You can see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, so the process we're going over today is how to create a Review Plus automated exam in Canvas. My name is Elizabeth Grade. I'm the account manager for University of Toronto. So first I wanted to talk about the process for creating your account. So you will follow this link, go.proctoru.com/registrations to create your ProctorU account. When you go to this link, you'll select Instructor, and then you'll select your institution as the University of Toronto. There are several institutions that we work with at University of Toronto, so you're just going to want to make sure you select the institution titled simply University of Toronto. Then after you create an account, I will get an email notification that a new faculty has signed up, and I will activate your account within 24 hours. If it's over the weekend, it might take a little bit longer. So if you want faster account activation, I would recommend creating an account Monday through Friday. Then you'll receive a confirmation email from me with a link to our instructor resource page that shows the how-to document to create an exam, a ProctorU exam in Canvas, as well as some student readiness verbiage. This page also has the links to download the Chrome or Firefox extension for ProctorU, which is a requirement. And then from there, you'll go to enable ProctorU in your Canvas quiz, and then that's it. That's how you set up your Review Plus automated quiz. So I'm going to turn it over to Ryan now. He's going to share his screen in Canvas, and we'll show you the process for creating a Review Plus exam. All right. Okay, Ryan, you should be able to share your screen now.
Okay, great. There we are.
Okay, so Ryan, if you would just hover over your ProctorU extension, the owl icon, so you could see that Ryan is logged into his ProctorU extension. So you first have to create your ProctorU account, and then you will download this extension. And now he is adding a Canvas quiz. And if you scroll down, you could see that ProctorU toggle button. You're going to want to toggle that on to enable ProctorU. And you could also toggle on auto-generated password if you want a password to be automatically created. This password will automatically insert in the test taker's page once they start their exam. I wanted to quickly talk about these exam windows down here. So if you look at the due date, that is the date and time the actual quiz will be due, so it will auto-submit if a test taker is already in their exam. The windows are the time that students can start their exam. So let's say this is a 1-hour exam and it's due at 12 p.m. You might make your windows from 10 to 11. So 11 a.m. would be the latest time they could start their exam, so they could have the full hour. You could, if you wanted, add a little bit of a buffer period to the due date if you were making your exam available from 10 to 11, because the start process that students go through when they start their ProctorU session, they have to show their ID. They go through an automated equipment check. That takes about 2 minutes. So if you are making the exam available from, let's say, 10 to 11 p.m. and it was due at midnight, you might want to add a few minutes to the due date. So that's just a little bit about the clarification for the exam windows. Okay, so Ryan, if you want to scroll up. we can click on the ProctorU settings, and this allows you to adjust settings for your exam. If you want to, it's already selected to medium, so those are our recommended settings to ensure the exam is secure. But you're able to customize your restrictions. If you don't want your students opening any additional browser tabs, you would restrict browser tabs. If you don't want them to be able to copy and paste, you would restrict copy and paste. If you don't want them to be able to click out of their exam at all, you would select maximized. Application loss focus, you would restrict this if you didn't want your test takers accessing any outside program. So if you didn't want them using Excel or Microsoft Word or any outside program, you would restrict this. If you scroll down, you're able to select specific resources you want to allow your test takers. If you don't want to allow anything, you would just select no permitted resources. And then after making those selections, you would just hit save. So an important thing to remember is after you have made any changes, or after you want to make any changes to this exam, you need to make those in Canvas, not in ProctorU. So when you log into your ProctorU account after saving your settings for this quiz, you will see that the quiz has registered over to ProctorU, but you won't want to make any changes in ProctorU. Yes, so you could see that the exam Ryan just created has been transferred over to ProctorU and it's active. If you click the pencil mark, that's where you would go to make edits, but you don't want to do that because that would mess up our integration. So we would want to go over to Canvas to make any changes. You could also edit your ProctorU notifications. Yep. So you could select to be notified when a student starts their session. Typically, there will be, if there's students in your course, their name will appear here under the notify me about these sessions. You'll be able to select specific student names if you want to be notified when they start their ProctorU session. So from a student's perspective, there is no scheduling involved. They simply would start their ProctorU session when it's time for them to begin their exam based on the windows you've allowed them. So yeah, there's no scheduling involved, and students just start their ProctorU exam. They do have to have the ProctorU extension installed as well. So that is in the test taker readiness verbiage that will be provided to you in your account confirmation email. And I think Laurie is also working on some test taker readiness verbiage as well. And it's also in Canvas that they need to have the ProctorU extension installed beforehand. Okay, so that really concludes the process for how to create an automated exam in Canvas. Hope this was helpful. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me.